Alright, so what we got today? Well, we're back on the Loadstar. Got the lopro axle in here. So you may have seen in the previous videos I slung the axle under the truck. Well, what you didn't see was this here. Off camera I went ahead and stuck the axle over top of the leaf springs. Not a lot of clearance, but looks a little better. Still needs to go lower, but I mean, unless we're going to do a chassis swap, it's not really going to get much lower. So anyway, what we're going to do now is put some plates on top of this. That way the leaf will have somewhere to sit, or the axle will have somewhere to sit on the leaf. So this will give it like a little foot to sit on. So what we'll do is we'll cut this, I don't know, this might be 3/8. I don't know really how thick that is. But we'll cut a couple pieces of that and kind of brace it up to set on the leaf, because I didn't video it, but I struggled getting this on top of the leaves and lined up, just sitting there, you know, just the way it is. It's top heavy. It tries to keel over. So anyway, I'll pull you in here a little closer and kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, so you can kind of see here how narrow this is and how high this from here to here is. So basically this is exactly the height we need. I don't know how I lucked out and done that, but had this it's part of a fender off of a Wood-mizer sawmill. So if you need a piece of steel when you're doing this, cut up your sawmill fender. But I'm gonna weld this on here, you know, obviously cut it to the length I need, and then we'll use the scrap pieces and kind of notch them to fit in this, and then we'll weld them in. That way, kind of like a under part of an I-beam, and it'll be something for the axle to sit on the leaf, so keep it from teetering too much. We'll have to drill a hole in the middle, but as far as the other holes, these are spaced. The width is exactly the same as the holes for the U-bolts, so don't have to drill any more holes other than one in the middle. So already got one here that might actually line up pretty close. Just drill it a little bit bigger, cut this off. Then we've got a couple little pieces left to kind of patch in underneath here. So anyway, I'll quit rambling on here, get this cut down to length, and we'll make a little pattern out of a piece of cardboard or something to match that angle, so we can kind of cut the same angle or design on that and slide it in there and weld it up real good. So let's get to it. So if we mark this, there's 3 3/8. We'll go 6 3/4 long instead of 6. That makes us 3 3/8 from either end, so that'll be centered up that way. And we still got enough here to cut off, because all we need is a 3-inch piece. Well, now maybe a 3 3/8 inch. But anyway, we'll cut this 6 3/4. That'll center this hole up for us, and that way we can just drill it out a little bit bigger. And then it'll still leave us enough scrap here, yeah, to make our little legs with. So this actually works out perfect. The width is perfect. Let's see what this is. This is 3-inch. It looks like 3/8. So perfect. Let's get to cutting this out. I don't even think it's cutting. There we got 2 new holes drilled. Should be big enough. We'll go here and check, make sure on the leaf spring that'll clear the bolt head. So let's check that out. So these little pieces I cut out that goes on the steering side, had to clearance them a little bit more. So they was, one of them was about to touch, another one was touching a little bit. So thinned them down a little bit. Oh yeah, plenty of clearance now. So now we'll take the flapper disc, clean this up a little bit, and throw some weld to it. Let's get it. These holes should be, looks like 3.5 on center. So it's 3 inches on the inside of this, so yeah. Yeah, about 3.5. Somewhere in that area. Actually a little bit over 3 and maybe 3 5/8. So we'll say right there is the center, and this is just a ballpark. This way we'll know where our little plates go, or our little support pieces will go under this. So what we can do is set these in, square them up, and give them a little tack. That way they don't move. And then we'll worry about getting this plate on the top centered up the way we want, and make sure we get it exactly right. So we'll just tack each one of these in like this, and it don't have to be exactly perfect, but it's in the middle. So that'll be good. We'll just put a tack on it, hold it like I say, and then we'll get the rest. So let's do that. Alright, so we got this tacked up a little bit. These little support pieces are tacked in there, so this is what goes on top. I think what I'll do is line it up, get an eyeball on it, make sure everything looks okay, and then before I tack this top piece on, I'll go ahead and fully weld these brackets in the bottom here, and Then we'll line our plate up on top and tack it in, make sure all our measurements are good, then weld it up. So let's get it. So we got the braces under the bottom welded in, and got these top plates tacked on, and I got them squared up pretty good, centered up kind of the way I want them for the leaf springs. But yeah, out of gas. So bad as I hate to, I'm gonna have to quit here till I get some gas. This is Saturday, kind of late. I don't think anything's gonna be open. The place that I exchanged my gas, the tanks, is surely not open. But anyway, got this tacked together. Got some horrible welds in there. I don't know if you can see any of that, but it was kind of acting a little funny. I just thought it was me, but apparently I was running out of gas. So when I was tacking these, it was not doing well at all. So I went ahead and checked, and sure enough, didn't even notice that when I started. But yeah, we got them tacked on. Poor old Loadstar sitting over there, just hanging out in the middle of the air. But yeah, hopefully this will work the way I want. A little bit close. Oh, anyway, I got to order new U-bolts. These are not long enough at all to reach around this axle and the spring. So you guys got a good place to order U-bolts from? There might be a place I can stop and get some. I don't know, but I found a few things online. Don't know if they're reputable sites or not, but if you know something, kind of shoot me a comment there. Let me know, and I'll be ordering a new set of those U-bolts here pretty soon. Try to get this thing back together. So, hate to cut this video short. I was hoping to get the axle stuck in and kind of see what it's going to look like. Maybe even set it on the ground. I'll be kind of bulldogging, but you know, we got to see what it looked like anyway. And then when I go to cut the frame, I'll have to push the truck over here because I don't have power out there where the truck is. So yeah, anyway, hoping to get that axle in, but it's not going to happen today. So let's get out of here and get on something else.